Hello friends, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. Marcelo Bielsa has left Leeds United and the fan base is split on this one. Massively split. More split than I've seen a fan base split in a long time. I said split enough. Doing it over the phone, hopefully that's okay this time. This is a fascinating one because the conclusion I come to is that no one's right here and it hurts everyone here. But I also think there's some elements at play where, you know, like anything, you just don't know if it's going to work out when a manager leaves. And the bottom line is, the main question that you guys need to get in the comments and tell me about is, would he have kept them up? Because I think there is so much money in football now, right? And so you've got to stay up. You've got to do everything in your power to stay up. So I'm normally of the opinion that, like, if someone's done well for you, they deserve the right to see it through. 20 goals in a month is atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious. This is a really, really tough one. Leeds United fans, tell me how you feel, because I put a few things on Twitter and people are thinking different things. I like to take in all those different opinions and then start to sort of figure out what I feel is my opinion on it. And what I kind of get to is the fact that, I think it's down to your sensibility as a fan, and therefore, when it comes to the ownership, it's a similar thing as well, where do you think he can keep them up? It is really, really as simple as that. Because I think what we do know is he is stubborn. This is the style of play that he wants to play. I mean, has that brought joy to the club? Like, there's a lot of hypocrisy in terms of, like, the last year they would have gone, what I love about him is he doesn't bend, he plays the way he wants to, they've got a philosophy, they've got an identity. These are all things that, like, are now being thrown in the face of him because they're not winning games. But again, this is what I mean. I don't think anyone's wrong in their analysis of it, because you can't concede that many goals. The other side of that is you look at the teams that they played recently. Like, really difficult games. So you are going to concede goals. And also, I think you know that when you play that style of play, you're also going to concede goals. So it comes down to the question of, would he get them up? Would they have stayed up playing this way? And I think the thing that kills me with this, and a friend of mine said this to me, and I thought it's such a good point, and it just gets glossed over. Injuries do matter. That squad is such an average squad. It's such an average squad. And would any manager be able to keep that squad up without Bamford, without Phillips, without Ayling for parts of the season, without Cooper? That's the spine of the team. And I have said it, I think I've been quite consistent with videos. I've said quite clearly, if he keeps them up, with that squad, with those injuries, it's one of the great achievements. And the bottom line of it, this is what I mean. I think you can bend both sides in terms of going, get the guy out, or, what have you got to do to have enough credit in the bank to see it out, and like fall on your sword a little bit. And is falling on your sword your best chance? This is what I keep coming back to, is like, what is your best chance of surviving? Because they now play a run of 6 games that are so winnable for them. So again, another question, what gives you the bounce? What's going to get you it? Is trying to implement a slightly different style. People talking about Jesse Marsch. If something like that was to happen, would the sort of press be different? Would it be less man marking, which seems to be getting picked apart by a lot of these teams at this moment in time? And I think that is damning as well. The likes of Everton, who are struggling, picking them apart, as much as a Spurs side that has actually got on a bad run themselves, although of course they have quality. The amount of space that is afforded to the opposition is a real problem. But with some of those injuries coming back, the level would have raised. And that's another thing no one's talking about. No one is talking about the way that teams are playing against Leeds. And when you play that style of play, you need a little bit of quality, right? And I think the biggest thing that teams are struggling with now is, last year you were concerned When you're playing Leeds, you were concerned that you could deal with their tempo or you could deal with their quality when they cut through you, because they were able to cut through you. They're playing the exact same way this season, but I don't think the fear factor's there. That's a problem. That's a huge, huge problem for Bielsa, who's like, yes, he is a god to Leeds fans, but there is a line, there is a point. I'm really 50-50 on this, because I think, do you try and get that bounce now? I think it comes down to his relationship with the players and how strong that is. Some people will, in a blasé fashion, go, they're not playing for him. Like, I've seen some fan channels saying stuff like that, like he's lost the dressing room, all this nonsense. When you're not winning games, you lose. Like, the body language is crap. Like, that's not always the case that you've lost the the manager's lost the dressing room. I would have been, it's really, really tough. I think I would have stuck with him. I think I would have stuck with him with the knowledge that, okay, these games are available to us now, and it's 4 wins. You need 4 wins to stay up. And again, I come back to just how bad that squad is when you lose those kind of players. And they've not been in the bottom 3. They haven't been in the bottom 3 the whole season. So I think I would have I wouldn't have got rid of him after the Spurs game. Because Spurs, that's the thing as well. This is what people don't talk about when it comes to Spurs, is Spurs aren't good at breaking teams down. They're good at exploiting space, like they did against Man City, like at times they did against Liverpool, like they were able to do much easier against Leeds. And, then comes the next question of, well, what is Bielsa's problem? Why won't he try different things? I just think you completely dilute your philosophy if you go, well, sometimes we're going to just stand off teams. Okay, now have a go at this team. Maybe you can be, maybe it doesn't have to be as black and white as that. I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't think there's any very clear-cut answers here. If they concede, don't concede as many goals, especially against these better, the easier games that they've got now, and they go, a bit Hodgson-y, so they're bringing that kind of manager, are they guaranteed to score enough goals down the other end? This is like, you can play football a million different ways, and the way that Leeds have played, I think, has inspired their fan base in a huge way. So I think that's probably why I would have given him till the end of the season, because I think the bottom line is he's done brilliant things at that club, and is an inspiring figure to the football club, to the fan base, and to the players. So although you're struggling, it's often, this is the thing I get a bit frustrated with sometimes, is that although you're struggling, there can be reasons for that struggle, and therefore you just have to go, hang in there. And especially when you've played these tough games and you've never been in the bottom 3, like, if you've got those tough games, then of course you're going to start to lose games, and then you get the easier games. That's why I did the video on the relegation battle. It's important, those games that you've got left, because the games that you've got left, especially at home against teams that are beatable, those are the games that you have to win. It's as simple as that. And again, ownership now, they go, let's pull the trigger. We're better off pulling the trigger incorrectly but early, because you'll get something. You'll get some form of new energy. There will be a spark of something that will get people moving. The problem you probably got with Leeds is that you don't have many decisions to make in terms of the squad. The squad's the squad. It's thin. Again, that you can put that on Bielsa's door, fine. But I think you just totally forget during the difficult times all the good things that a manager has done. But there is a time to draw the line, and the amount of goals that are being sort of conceded at the moment are a problem. I would have just about stuck with him at least for one more game. I think if you do one more game, you've still got a nice run of games, and you go, look, we need to see something now. Then I think it would have been fair for someone who has completely transformed a football club and transformed how people look at that football club. It's a very, very murky one, this, and it's a very big call for him to go. but it's happening, and so be it. Leeds United fans, talk to me. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Normally I'm in a nice studio. If you're new, it's not me on the phone, so we can sort those things out. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.